Life is a battlefield, but most people waste their strength fighting enemies that cannot be defeated. They wrestle with the weather, they argue with fate, they curse the past. Yet Epictetus, the slave who became a master of freedom, gave us the key. Some things are up to us and some are not. This principle is not just philosophy, it is survival. What belongs to you, your thoughts, your actions, your values, these are yours to command. They are your fortress, your weapons, your throne. What does not belong to you? The judgments of others, the passage of time, the turns of fortune, the inevitability of death. You can influence them, but you can never own them. To cling to what is not yours is to chain yourself to disappointment. Picture a man standing in a storm. The winds are fierce, the rain's unrelenting. If he tries to stop the clouds, he suffers. But if he plants his feet firmly and shields only what he can, he endures. The storm remains, but the man remains stronger. This is the Stoic path, not to fight nature, but to master your own response to it. Do not misunderstand, this is not weakness. This is not surrender. It is power of the highest order. The man who rages against the world loses his freedom. The man who masters himself commands an empire. Anger, grief, jealousy, all are wasted fires when directed toward the uncontrollable. But when they are disciplined, when they are used to strengthen what is within your command, they forge a soul unbreakable. So when hardship strikes, ask, is this in my control? If yes, act with courage. If no, let it pass through you like wind through the mountains. This is the art of peace, not the peace of comfort, but the peace of unshakable strength, the peace of knowing that nothing can bend a man who bends only to reason. Hold this principle, and you will no longer be a slave to circumstance. Fortune may take your wealth, men may insult your name, life may strip you bare, but if your mind is your own, then nothing is lost. The storm rages, but within, you remain still. When pain strikes, when betrayal wounds, when loss shatters, we believe it is the event itself that destroys us. But Epictetus reminded us of a deeper truth. Men are disturbed not by things, but by the views they take of them. This single insight separates the weak from the strong, the enslaved from the free. A stone lies on the road. One man curses it, another stumbles over it, another builds from it. The stone is the same, the difference is in the judgment. So it is with every hardship, the insult, the failure, the loss of fortune. They are only events, empty, neutral. They carry no poison except the poison you feed them with your interpretation. When someone mocks you, their words are just sounds carried by air. The pain you feel is not in the sound, it is in the story you attach. He disrespects me, he diminishes me. The moment you strip away that story, the insult becomes harmless. You have taken back power. This is not denial. This is not pretending that grief or pain do not exist. It is seeing them as they are, experiences, not verdicts. Imagine life as a play. You do not control the script, but you control your role. The tragedy is not the script itself, it is how poorly you act within it. Play your role with dignity, and even suffering becomes noble. So when hardship comes, pause, step back, ask, what is this in itself? Do not add labels, do not weave narratives. Is it death? Then it is simply the end of breath. Is it poverty? Then it is simply fewer possessions. Is it insult? Then it is merely words. The pain lessens the moment you see clearly. Do you want to be unshaken? Train your mind to strip events down to their bare bones. Do not say, I have lost everything. Say instead, I have returned what was never mine. Do not say, I have been ruined. Say this is change, and change is the nature of life. When you stop giving events power over you, you become untouchable. The world can throw its worst storms, but they break only upon the surface of your mind. Within, you remain steady because you know this truth. It is not events that shape you, it is your judgment, and judgment is always within your command. Look around you. Most men are prisoners, not behind bars, but behind illusions. They chain their happiness to wealth, to beauty, to the approval of others. They believe freedom comes from possessions, from status, from being admired. But Epictetus showed us the lie. The more you depend on what is outside yourself, the weaker you become. If your joy depends on wealth, you are a slave to fortune. If your peace depends on praise, you are a slave to opinion. If your confidence depends on power, you are a slave to circumstance. True freedom is found only when you carry within you everything you need. The Stoic builds his fortitude inward. He knows the world is unstable. Today rich, tomorrow poor. Today praised, tomorrow scorned. If your identity shifts with these tides, then you are nothing but a leaf blown by the wind. But if your anchor is within, your character, your discipline, your reason, then no storm can move you. Understand this. Wealth may ease life, but it cannot make you whole. Fame may bring attention, but it cannot bring peace. Even love, if clung to desperately, becomes a chain. The only possession that cannot be taken from you is the strength of your own soul. Build that, and you are invincible. So how do you build it? By training daily in virtue. By asking yourself, if all were stripped from me, what would remain? And if the answer is nothing, then you must work harder. You must cultivate courage in adversity, gratitude in poverty, humility in success. These are treasures fortune cannot touch. Do not misunderstand. Stoicism does not demand rejection of wealth, or love, or comfort. It demands that you never let them master you. Enjoy them if they come. Release them if they go. Hold everything in your hands lightly, but guard your soul fiercely, for the man who builds inner fortitude is free in every situation, enslaved yet unbroken, poor yet rich, alone yet never abandoned, because he carries within him the one thing that cannot be stolen, mastery of himself. Comfort is a silent poison. It lulls the soul to sleep, weakens the spirit, and leaves men fragile when life turns harsh. Epictetus, hardened by slavery and misfortune, taught his students to embrace voluntary hardship, not because suffering is good, but because it prepares the mind for the inevitable blows of fate. Do you want to be unshakable? Then practice being shaken. Fast when food is abundant. Sleep on the ground though your bed is soft. Walk barefoot though your shoes are near. Deny yourself pleasures not because they are evil, but because you must prove to yourself, I can endure without them. This training is not punishment. It is freedom. The man who has tested himself against hunger is not enslaved by appetite. The man who has walked through cold is not terrified by winter. The man who has faced loss in practice will not collapse when real loss arrives. Think of a soldier. He does not prepare for war by reclining in luxury. He hardens himself with drills, with sweat, with pain. So too must the philosopher train, not for war of flesh, but for war of the soul. Life will test you, whether you prepare or not. Better to meet it strong than broken. Each small hardship you endure willingly is armor added to your spirit. It whispers to you, you are tougher than you believe. You can lose and still stand. You can suffer and still rise. And when true misfortune arrives, and it will, you will face it not with fear, but with calm. So do not fear hardship. Invite it. Use it. Because in the fire of discomfort, the steel of your soul is forged. And once forged, nothing, neither poverty, nor insult, nor loss can shatter you. The world will insult you, it will envy you, it will mock you, betray you, oppose you. But remember this, no one can harm you without your permission. Their words, their actions, their venom, they stop at your skin. Only you decide whether to let them seep into your soul. When someone mocks you, you are not harmed. It is only sound. When someone betrays you, you are not destroyed. It is only change. When someone hates you, you are not diminished. It is only their judgment. The wound is not in their action. It is in your choice to believe their power over you. Epictetus said, if anyone tells you that you have been wronged, remember, it is not the person who wronged you, but your own opinion about it. Imagine a shield around your mind. Insults bounce off. Envy falls away. Hatred dissolves. This shield is built not from arrogance, but from discipline. The discipline to refuse entry to what does not serve you. This does not mean weakness. It does not mean silence in the face of injustice. It means power. The power to respond with reason, not rage. The power to remain calm while others lose themselves. The power to say, you may attack my body, but my mind belongs to me. When you stop granting others the authority to harm you, you become free. Their words become noise. Their judgments become shadows. Their hatred becomes nothing. For you know the truth, the only harm that exists is the harm you inflict upon your own soul by surrendering your calm, your virtue, your reason. Stand firm, refuse consent, and you will walk untouchable in a world full of daggers. Every breath you take is borrowed. Every heartbeat brings you closer to silence. Yet men live as if they are, immortal, chasing wealth as if it will last forever, clinging to grudges as if time is infinite, wasting days as if death is not waiting. Epictetus taught, keep death in exile before your eyes each day, and you will never have a mean thought, nor will you have an excessive desire. To remember death is not to despair, it is to awaken. It is to strip away illusions and live with urgency. When you know time is short, every insult loses its weight. Every petty desire fades. What matters stands clear. Virtue, love, purpose, gratitude. Think of a man who knows he has 1 year left. Would he waste it on envy, on anger, on chasing approval? No, he would live with intensity, with focus, with honor. The Stoic lives this way daily, not because death is near, but because it always may be. Memento mori, the reminder of mortality, is not meant to frighten you. It is meant to free you. Free you from procrastination. Free you from vanity. Free you from wasting life on what does not matter. So carry death on your shoulder, not as a curse, but as a guide. Let it remind you, do not postpone living. Do not delay gratitude. Do not waste yourself on trivial battles, for the day is coming when breath will end. And when it comes, the only question will be, did you live well? Did you live with courage, with virtue, with love? Live with mortality in mind, and nothing will affect you, not insult, not loss, not fear, because you will know the truth. Life is short, but the strength of your soul is eternal.